Oh, this is so sweet, by the way. That is so sweet. Chrome Mox. So good. Wow. Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas videos. So today is the first day of the Aetherdrift release, and the first deck we're going to be taking a look at is going to be this combo deck here. Whoops, Sorin Spy. So if you haven't noticed, from Aetherdrift, we got this card called Chrome Mox, which is going to change Timeless forever. This is the first fast mana permanent that isn't restrictive as Ugin's Labyrinth, which is a bit concerning. Because now you get to do something like, on turn 2, let's say you didn't start with Dark Ritual, then you could turn to Sorin into -3, either put the Balustrade Spy to potentially win the game instantly, or you could also just put the Saint Alenda down to potentially win as well. The fact that the Balustrade Spy happens to be a vampire is actually quite relevant, since you can also deal extra 3 damage by sacrificing the Balustrade Spy to the Sorin the following turn as well. So the way this deck wins is going to be through Balustrade Spy. You can turn 1 Dark Ritual and Chrome Mox together to run out the Balustrade Spy, or you can even go Sorin into -3 Balustrade Spy on turn 1 as well, things like that. And when the Balustrade Spy comes onto the battlefield, you're actually going to be targeting yourself, not your opponent. Funny thing is, if opponent is on Belcher, you could technically target your opponent and instantly just win the game. That is an option. But most of the times, you're going to be targeting yourself, which means you're going to mill things like Silver Mogul, Prize Amalgam, and Creeping Chills together, and instantly deal 12 damage from Creeping Chill. Plus, you're going to get an army out onto the battlefield, which should be able to leverage you a win on the following turn. And since we milled out our entire deck, but because we have this card, Nexus of Fate, which is a 1-up in the deck, you're gonna get an extra turn when you self-mill on turn 1 or turn 2. But let's say you have Nexus of Fate in your hand. Well, we do have a backup plan. We have a copy of a Haunted Dead so that you don't mill out. Just put a stop on your upkeep and then use the Haunted Dead to discard the Nexus of Fate into the graveyard so that it gets shuffled back on top of the deck. So the biggest addition to this deck, obviously, is going to be the Chrome Mox compared to the last time I played. Plus, we're utilizing the Sorin this time for the Balustrade Spy, plus the Saint Alenda. So even if you don't get the combo off using the Balustrade Spy, you could also just win the game with the Saint Alenda as well. But let's not forget, you also have 4 copies of Grief with 4 copies of Reanimate and 4 copies of Allocated Rebirth to scam your opponent. So I think the timing is going to be pretty important so that you can land your combo safely as possible. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Weasel 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Okay, let's see how this works out. We got a Sorin and a Chrome Mox, but we don't have Balustrade Spy or Saint Alenda. Is this a keep? Is that a keep? It's otherwise a pretty mediocre hand. Okay, so now we have Balustrade Spy, but we don't have much else. A Deathray Shaman. Okay, drawing this was really bad, by the way. Interesting. I think I should get rid of a Reanimate. Deathray Shaman? I was gonna say Deathray Shaman in a Belcher deck? Like, what? But they actually got it. Hmm. Yeah, this complicates things quite a bit. Because now they can just get rid of my Balustrade Spy, which is very, very problematic, by the way. We're drawing so poorly. The first one's gonna get rid of a Balustrade Spy, and the second one's gonna get rid of this sucks. Okay, sure. Reanimate. Because of Juggernaut. Oh, that sucks. And we also got this card in our hand too. Like, everything is just falling apart. We drew both of the Nexus and the Haunted Dead as well. Oh. Everything that could go wrong went wrong this game. Let's just get out of here. We drew both Nexus of Fate and Haunted Dead. Okay, that sucks. Let's have a ley line. I think I might just get rid of a Thoughtseize. And just work with Grief. Is it wrong to go down on Chrome Mox? Let's actually do this. We're gonna go down on Copy of a Silver Mode plus Creeping Show. That's a funny hand, isn't it? That is a funny hand. Oh man, that is so funny. I don't know what to say. So I think I am going to Chrome Mox a Dark Ritual. I think I would want this because it's a vampire. Oh, that's funny. Actually, no, because the Sorin's not gonna have Funny thing is, because we went first, if they get a Sorin down, it is technically pretty bad for me. Do we even care about this ley line? Maybe I just draw a card. Yeah, because the person who goes second with the Sorin can get rid of Saint Alenda, so funny enough. Oh. I regret not having sideboarding out a creeping chill. They would have been dead. No. I guess they can't play a shock land or... Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay. I mean, I think they're gonna get rid of their ley line. Okay, let's go. Oh no, the Haunted Dead is in my hand again. That's so unlucky to have that happen twice in a match. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. Let me see. The thing is, I already have a Prize Amalgam in my hand, so I'm not really sure if this is gonna work. Is there a way for me to discard this? I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. Okay, I mean, we got there, but... Man, I'm so unlucky to have drawn this twice. Okay, we got a Sorin, we got Chrome Mox, but... we don't have the necessary vampires. Kind of a same hand. Well, that's not good. We're gonna need to play the Grief out with the Balustrade Spy. Ooh. Okay, I think we still go for it. I think it's just too good not to. What is this? Okay, well... at least... I mean, technically... we would have gotten rid of a Stifle anyways, right? Because of a Sorin. Oh, do they have double Stifle? They actually have double Stifle. Okay, never mind. It was a brainstorm. They have another Stifle. Interesting. They have another Stifle. They could have stifled. I don't know why they didn't. Why didn't they stifle? Maybe they have triple stifle. What if they have a triple stifle?
I am allowed to continue, uncultured monsters.
Well, if they have a triple stifle,
Welcome to the
kind of a problem for me. They do unfortunately live with only 2 life. Yep, they are gonna live. They are living a turn. Let's hope they can't kill us. Explode. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna want Vexing Baubles. Let's go down on copy of a Silver Moat, copy of a Creeping Chill. It's so hard to sideboard. It's actually so hard. Like, this is a thing, like, because we are bringing a lot of these, like, 4-up cards, like, you actually don't have room for Thoughtseize in the deck. Unless you want to go down on Chrome Mox. Which I might have to. Actually, I'm gonna go down on Reanimates. Which does hurt the Grief a little bit, but we still have a 4 Cups of Malakir's Rebirth. Yeah, maybe I'm actually supposed to get rid of a Reanimate. Well, well, well. I think I want to do Demonic Tutor first. So I'll Demonic Tutor for a Grief. And then we'll try to run out both the Balustrade Spy plus the Grief on the same turn. Spell Pierce. Okay. Okay, okay. Run out to Sorin. If it gets countered, we still have a backup plan with the Balustrade Spy.
Depart Innistrad immediately.
So this is a Stifle Gamer. Stifle Gamer here.
I guess you do.
No Stifle Gamer? So we can buy 2 turns now with the Haunted Dead and Nexus. And as long as they don't have exactly a Veil of Summer, we can buy another turn with the Vexing Bauble. We'll see. Oh, it seems like they have it. Seems like they do have a Veil of Summer here. Nope, they do not. So they were dead next turn because these are all vampires, right? So you can sacrifice this to deal 3 more damage. Yeah, we do have a Balustrade Spy, but we don't have any mana accelerant. I think this might be a mulligan. This might be a mulligan here. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That's so nice. Yeah, that's so nice. Maybe I should have actually gotten rid of a Chrome Mox because I had double Dark Ritual. Yeah. Actually, that was a bad mulliganing. I should have actually gotten rid of a Chrome Mox because, actually, I guess it would be... Nah. I think that was right because if they have a Thoughtseize, they can... I guess they would just get rid of a Balustrade Spy in that case. So... Oh, you know what's funny? Even if they Blood Moon, they can't actually block me because I have a Chrome Mox. That's funny. Also, what is going on here? That is some sweetness here. Okay, let's not show them our Chrome Mox.
I drink only the finest. Join my crusade.
So they're playing Blood Moon, right? Or are they not? I mean, they have Blood Crypto. Man. This deck. Also, main deck Veil of Summer, by the way. Main deck Veil of Summer. Yeah, I'm gonna put in 2 copies of Ashiok instead of a Thoughtseize. So far, we have used every single cyber card except for the defense grid, which is a pretty good sign, right? We've utilized all the cyber pretty well. Zero lands. Zero lands. Would have been actually a mulligan anyways. I don't think I would have... maybe not. Maybe if I could just get the grief out. Maybe not. I think this is another mulligan. Okay, that's a keep. So I have to keep the Chrome Mox plus a Malakir's Rebirth, but Okay, reanimate for sure. The reason why I want to keep the Chrome Mox is because they might have a Blood Moon. Ooh. I mean, I guess I don't need Saint Alenda since I do have the combo anyways. Watery Grave. Okay, I did not expect the blue from my opponent. What are they looking for? Surgical? Oh, this is so sweet, by the way. That is so sweet. Chrome Mox. So good. Wow. Wow. Just wow. 69, good place to stop. Alright guys, so we've done a quick spin of this deck, and the deck is great. What can I say? The Chrome Mox actually does get the job done pretty well, especially when like a lot of people are trying to do like a Blood Moon shenanigans, right, with the Chrome Mox. Like they want to ramp into a Blood Moon, but because the Chrome Mox in this deck, like you just need one color pip for either Dark Ritual, Reanimate, Sorin, or even the Balustrade Spy. All of these only need one pip of black, which makes like Blood Moon kind of like bad, I want to say. Same with Grief, right? Evoke plus Reanimate or Evoke plus Malakir's Rebirth, that's only one color pip. So this deck actually doesn't care about the Blood Moon too much, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, the Chrome Mox is just insane, isn't it? Like we've actually done a few like Chrome Mox wins into Dark Ritual into Sorin a few times. We haven't really hard casted the Balustrade Spy, I don't think. Maybe we did. But yeah, I mean, the fact that this is a vampire synergizes very well with Sorin and Silver Moat Ghoul, which is nice. So I'm playing the Nexus of Fate. So, I mean, there's few cards you can play instead of Nexus of Fate, right? So you can definitely save wild cards while you're at it, because it doesn't matter whichever one you play. There's a Progenitus, which also says if this card would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into the deck, right? There's also a Darksteel Colossus. If it would be put into graveyard from anywhere, reveal it, shuffle it into its owner's deck, right? So it says the same thing on Nexus of Fate. If Nexus of Fate would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, reveal it, shuffle it into the deck. However, there's one card that says similar thing but doesn't, which is this card called Worldspine Worm. This card says when this card is put into the graveyard from anywhere, shuffle into the deck, which is not exactly the same because this says when and this says if. So if there's something like a graveyard hate, right? The Worldspine Worm has to hit the graveyard before this trigger happens, compared to something like the Nexus of Fate. So the wording here is pretty careful, right? If it would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, so it doesn't actually have to be put into the graveyard. So graveyard hates actually don't work on these cards, Nexus of Fate, Progenitus, and the Colossus. So these are the three cards that you can have it in the deck interchangeably. I don't even know if that's actually a word, but also like because it never hits the graveyard, you don't really have to worry about the reanimate factor too much, right? So you're never gonna be reanimating these anyways. So yeah, I mean, the deck was pretty good. Now, is it better than a sacrifice, right? Because we are technically playing Chrome Mox over the sacrifice. Where's the card? Over here, this is an instant speed. You add an amount of black mana equal to the sacrifice creature's mana value. So why is this bad? So this is bad because it only combos with one card in the deck, which is Grief, which is terrible, by the way. Now, instead of a sacrifice, if we actually had something like a Calling the Weak, maybe we can work with that. Maybe we can actually work with that. Because that one says sacrifice any creature and add 4 mana. So it doesn't have to be exactly Grief. You can technically, you know, sacrifice Silver Mogul with that card and still be able to gain 4 mana. You could even sacrifice like Boar Trawler to do that, right? Potentially. But still wouldn't be that great because, you know, these are 3 mana cards. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. The sacrifice is not as great of a card in this deck because the card is just dead in so many different ways, so many different times, since the only card that combos with it is the Grief, right? So not as good, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, the deck was really powerful. It did some powerful things. It doesn't kill you instantly, right? It doesn't kill you instantly, but the thing is like the combo comes out on turn 1, right? So unless opponent can also win on turn 2 if they went first, or turn 1 if they went second, it's gonna be a good time. But I do wonder though, like, because if this deck does get popular, for example, now you're dealing with a mirror match. How do you win a mirror match? That's the question. So I haven't really solved that yet. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, honestly. The mirror match is weird. Oh my god, how do you even deal with the mirror match? Because the first person to play the Balustrade Spy, I think, loses, right? Because if you play the Balustrade Spy and then mill yourself, right? And now the Nexus is the only card remaining, and you can buy 2 turns, right? But then the second person to do it mill out later, right? And they can potentially set up a Saint Delenda as like a life game blocker as well. So yeah, I feel like the first person that does it loses the game, which is kind of funny. Another thing that this deck could potentially like try to look to improve on might be this card called Haunted Dead. So we need a discard outlet, right? Because I don't think the Haunted Dead is good. I want a card that lets you discard potentially every single turn, but at the same time you want to be able to cast the card from the graveyard as well, which is a very niche requirement, which the Haunted Dead does get the job done. The problem is when you draw exactly the Haunted Dead and Nexus of Fate in a single game. So we've had this happen twice in a single match. In the first match, which was pretty unlucky. Super unlikely, but I mean, you've seen it. It does happen. So we want to be able to prevent that. But I don't know if you can. Oh, actually, before I go, there's another card that is actually that could be a mirror breaker, and that is this card called Driven to Despair. So you can cast this from the graveyard. This is has Aftermath. And what this card does is it gives your creatures menace so that it does land some attacks from a Creeping Chill, right? So I don't know. It's just a thought, right? I'm not sure how effective that's gonna be, but yeah, I think that about settles it for this video. A little bit of a short video today because today is the first day of the set release, so trying to get through as many decks as possible. So that is going to be it for today's video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.